Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Megan and I'm glad you're watching this. So today I'm going to be sharing about my experience with PRP, which stands for platelet-rich plasma. In another video I incorrectly called it prolotherapy something plasma, which I corrected in the description in the comments. Sometimes with my conditions I think one thing and I say another thing. But I just wanted to share my experience with PRP because I know that some people who have the same type of cervical instability as me or who are patients at Caring Medical will additionally get other body parts done because they have connective tissue disorders or EDS. I do not have EDS, which stands for Ehlers-Danlos syndrome, but I do have instability in a couple other places, likely because of sports related injuries, and I figured I would just get them taken care of while I was here. So if you are curious about the intricacies and some of the differences between prolotherapy and PRP, I hope that this is informative for you. Okay, so today I got done my left hip and I got both sides of my lower back injected with PRP. I have a labral tear on my left hip and then instability in my lower back. And so how the experience goes is you get there, and one of the key differences at the beginning is that they will draw your blood, they draw my blood out of my left arm, and then they spin your blood and then they inject it back into you. And I know that this is common amongst athletes, or decently common. So that's the first key difference, is that they withdraw your blood, and that feels like any blood draw. It wasn't any different from my perspective at least. And then they take about 30 to 45 minutes to spin your blood, so you stay there while they're spinning your blood. And then they come back in and they inject you. They injected me with about, I think, 10 different syringes, 8 to 10. Sorry, that's the washer if you're hearing that. But they did a couple of the platelet-rich plasma. They did a couple of prolotherapy. I think I get a sclera in my prolotherapy, which just adds to the healing benefits. And then I also, the first thing they injected me with was a numbing agent. I don't believe they did that with my prolotherapy, but they did that this time. And so for me, PRP was much different than prolotherapy in that it was a lot more uncomfortable for me. It just hurt a lot more. I only took Tylenol. If you're unfamiliar, you can have pain medications. I know that they'll offer you laughing gas or some other things. It's just been my choice to not have pain meds besides over-the-counter Tylenol. So that also adds to the discomfort. But part of the reason why, for me, I think these injections were more uncomfortable is because I'm very tender and sensitive to the touch on my hips and my lower back. I have been for a long time. Even when I was just being assessed by a doctor prior to injections, just lightly touching those areas, I squirm because it's so sensitive. And so that's not the same situation for my neck. Doctors will lightly touch my neck and I won't be in a lot of discomfort. So that's one reason. Another reason why it may have been so uncomfortable is that across the board, I've heard from other people that PRP tends to be more painful than prolotherapy. And then, yeah, so that's basically it. That was just my experience. I was squirming a lot on the table. They will give you balls that you can squeeze. They gave them to me, and for whatever reason, I just end up holding them and not squeezing them. But that's an option. Ultimately, I think that the temporary discomfort of the injections is worth it for healing in my hip and my lower back. But that was just my experience. If you have any questions, let me know. You can email me or comment below. I've noticed that people tend to prefer email, so you're welcome to do that. And as always, I hope that this is helpful and informative.